Hey guys, Trina here, back with another mixed media art demonstration. Today I'm going to be working with my Lyra markers, and as you can see here, I've already started a little bit and I forgot to rotate my camera, so you caught me in the middle at the beginning. I just did some sketches with some pencil. So I'm going to go back in with this blue and this ochre. I'm making some exciting marks. Going to try to wet the crayons down a little bit. These Lyra crayons are really awesome when they're wet and you can blend them and make these really cool washes. It's one of the things that I love about them. Definitely a positive. One of the things that I don't like about them is that mixing dry on dry does not work very well at all. They do not mix together very well. And I did a swatching about that, and I'll put a link up above so you can see my experiments with them. So today I just wanted to start off with this really simple palette and sort of just play and make marks and see how I can work with them. I haven't really used them since I made the swatching video, so I really wanted to experiment today with how they make marks, how they blend, what I can do with them, what types of, how long they take to dry, which it turns out that very quickly when they're wet. These washes dry in literally like a minute, which is awesome. So that means your paper doesn't wrinkle. It means that you don't have to get out your hairdryer and wait for it to dry. Definitely a positive. So here I am just making marks. I like that you can make strong marks and solid marks as well as doing washes. But this is a really nice way to layer in color into your work and build it up slowly so that it's more like a watercolor. So I'm taking my black General's pencil and making some pretty bold marks here. You guys know I love a black line, a solid black line, and solid black shapes are some of my favorites. I'm going back in with the burnt orange color. Here I'm trying to mix these together and it just doesn't work. And it's the most frustrating thing about this media is that it just doesn't blend dry, which is crazy to me. Anyway, here I'm adding in some green, and I do like how when you mix, you can make other colors. You can mix the colors wet, which I've said already 50,000 times. So going forward, I'm just going to add in some more colors. Here I am playing around with this blue and this ochre to kind of make this sort of sappy green color, which adds just another layer of green in the washes. I want to add in some more solid tones and some bigger blocks of color. And you can see that my washes are getting less and less as I go on through this piece. The solid colors are beginning to build up, and you're starting to see some depth throughout the piece. Also notice that the way that I work is I work on the entire piece at one time. If it weren't taped down, I would probably turn it around and work on it in different directions, and that's what I normally do when I'm working, but since this is taped down, I'm not going to do that. So I'm adding in a bright red color to really give it some shape, and I love having a few defined actual big shapes to sort of give your place for your eye to rest. so that you can explore the painting but always come back to something centralized. It also gives that feeling of looking through the space, feeling like there might be something back there that you need to go explore. Adding in some more of this blue, which is so pretty. It's such a pretty blue. I like how when it's wet that you can draw back into it and get some fluid marks that are a little different than the other marks that we've made so far. So I'd like to play around with that more. Like I said, I don't ever really have a plan when I start these pieces. I just sort of go in and make and add what I want to add. It's sort of a feeling more than it is anything, and it's more of a, I don't know, I guess more of a journey than a destination. And it's sort of an exciting way to work intuitively because you don't have a plan. So it's like being a kid again, and you're just coloring and making marks, which is something we all should do, is embrace our inner child. Here I'm adding in some black, and I've been adding these little dashes into my work. I'm not quite sure where they came from. I've been looking at sewing patterns lately, so maybe that's where that popped in, but I kind of like adding in just a little bit of interest there. So yeah, working with this limited palette is really good for me, like working with 5 or 6 colors. I would use all the colors in the box, and then it would be a chaotic mess. So I try to limit myself in that way only, not in by how I approach it. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.